Hello and welcome to Benz Addiction. When was the last time you cleaned, lubricated, and serviced your sunroof mechanism for your Mercedes? Probably never, right? I have missed that too, but Mercedes recommends this servicing, cleaning, and lubrication every single year. So let's spend some time today to go through the cleaning, lubrication, and servicing of your sunroof. So hopefully your dead, stuck, and seized sunroof mechanism will work again, and you also guarantee your sunroof to go for another 10 years without any problem with this maintenance interval and servicing. So give me a thumb up and follow the channel if you haven't done so for the similar contents. Thank you. If you do not maintain and clean up and service your sunroof motor, rails, and mechanism, you might end up with this situation that you need to remove it completely and probably replace it. This is what's going on over here because the sunroof drains were blocked and caused rusting out of this drain system over here. In a better view, here we have the rusted out draining system. That's the front of the sunroof, and this is how it should look like, nice and clean. So this is one of the services that you need to do. Your sunroof drains needs to be cleaned inside this tube over here. From back, it looks like this. This is partially clean, but you might go ahead and even clean it even further. So no water should stay here, no dust should be over here present, so it absorbs water and cause all sorts of rusting. The first sunroof mechanism is partially dismantled, and in this way, it's much easier for me to explain how it works. To take the motor off, you need a T25 socket, and you only need to remove these two screws. And that's basically how it comes. So over here, there is a gear, and inside here, there is a gearbox as well. What we see over here is very important, and it's going to explain how the sunroof mechanism works. There is one separate chain underneath, and there is a chain above it. The chain on the top works out the left-hand side mechanism, and the chain on the bottom operates the right-hand side mechanism. So I have removed the mechanism on the left-hand side over here, which was previous right-hand side, and I have lubricated partially this mechanism so it can move freely. And as you can see, when I move it down, the lower chain moves, but the top chain doesn't move. I'm going to take this screw over here, which is another T25, so I can easily move this, just derailing it from its position and putting it aside. So you see, I have not lubricated this, and it's very, very, very tough, honestly. I'm pressuring it to go down, and it's not wanting to go down. Like, it's very, very rough. Why? Because it's not lubricated, and it's pretty much stuck. So this is the rail that the sunroof needs to go and slide all over the place. And if it's greasy, it definitely absorbs some dirt, and it becomes very sticky, and the sunroof mechanism would fail to move. And when you overdo it, when you try to operate your motor, it tries to do so, and it actually damages the chain. So what happens, chain works on one side and not the other side, and it gets blind and gets stuck in the rails. So I'm going to try to use this silicon-based water-resistant WD-40, but you should never use WD-40 on your sunroof. This is to only show you how lubrication temporarily can cause this track to work again. And this is the space that we're going to actually work more. And I'm going to push this. Okay, so now let's try to see if there is any difference between lubrication and no lubrication. It moved, but still very, very rough. So what's happening here? You get access to more chain and you have this opportunity to slowly lubricate, clean, and do everything you want over here. And let's see how it actually works. So I move it and I apply more. And this is a motorcycle chain lubrication. Resistance to dust and debris, doesn't absorb dust and debris. This is what you need to do, although there is a very specific part numbers and parts that I'm going to mention, uh, so you can use it without any problems. And it is moving as we lubricate this. Previously, this motor could not turn this mechanism at all and move it, but now I'm pretty sure it's much, much easier. So let's see what happened. Now I'm able to probably use one finger to push it up and see, you see all the lubrication there. And if you do this few times, this is how simple. Wrong lubrication, I mean, you should never use WD-40 for two reasons. Reason one, it dries out quickly. Number two, it absorbs dust and debris. So now if I put the motor back, it's going to move this system without any issue for sure. But let's go ahead and check the motor and see what's inside. Now, if you want to take off this cover over here and service the gears, there are only two gears over here, and grease it up again so it can work perfectly again, you only need that T25 again. And because I'm not using two hands, it's not as smooth as it should be. Okay, so basically 3 screws and the cover is off. And you see this dried out grease over here. And also the very important mechanism, which is this gear over here. It looks very rusty, greasy, dried up grease and everything. So if we go ahead and clean up this old grease from here and apply some new grease, it would be great again. Remove this plastic from here. Behind that is the gear. So let's go ahead and clean this up with the old grease, clean this housing and clean this gear over here as well. Okay, as you can see, all 3 components are clean and nice. We're going to put it back together and apply some grease. So what sort of grease I'm applying, because I do not have Mercedes recommended grease? Bosch Superfit. Why? Because it's non-acidic and it's not harmful to plastic and metal, and it's also not going to absorb dust. So it's a great product to use also on metal and gearboxes. A little bit on the main gear and also some on the body and the bushing. Same over here on the top and bottom, and also some on the gear and this gear. I'm also applying some grease to this shaft over here and put this back together. Okay, now what happens if I apply power? And you can do this at home as well. I've got a small 12-volt battery over here, as you can see, and I'm going to apply power to these 2 thick cables over here. The rest are some smaller gauge wires. These 2, the green and purple, are what drives the motor actually. So how smooth and nice it's now turning. And you can go reverse as well. And I'm pretty sure that gear and motor is very happy now. Before installation of the motor, I'm going to apply some grease to this area because that's very important. Evenly. Okay, now I changed the video angle so you can see all the mechanism going up and down while I'm doing this to see how easily it can move when it's lubricated. And I have no idea. See, it's moving all the way down. And then, because the mechanism is not complete, I'm going to do this manually and bring it up. See how smooth and easy it's coming up. And if you continue the lubrication from this part over here, you'll end up with nice and smoothly running sunroof. There are lots of mechanism over here, as you can see. That means greasing, and that can be done using a syringe or something that you can slide it when the sunroof is installed, like these pivot points over here. So all looks very easy when the sunroof mechanism is completely out. But what if you have the car just like this, my W164, it's actually my wife's W164, and you want to perform this lubrication, cleaning, and servicing on your sunroof like this. So can I see all the dirts and debris here? Should be very easy to clean this using a brush like that, and vacuum, and also air pressure. You can also inspect the drain system by looking underneath this plastic over here to see if it's clear. There is no leaves and debris here. Also looking at this side, same, and we can go ahead and do a cleanup. What if you want to lubricate the motor and its components? Well, let's gently go around this and remove. And if you pull from front, you can see it has two springs at the front, just like that, and then pull backwards. And I can already see the sunroof motor here. The difference over here is that this motor has 3 small screws instead of 2. Taking this motor is easy, but we are not going to be able to lubricate the chain easily if the sunroof is closed. So go back a bit while it's raining, unfortunately, and I'll leave it there. And when I remove these 3 screws over here, I will be able to move it back and forward and lubricate the chain all the way. So with the motor removed, as I said, with those 3 screws, you see that we have the same similar situation over here. I can very hardly move it forward, and probably not with one hand backward. Yeah. So very hardly it is possible to move it back and forward. So what I'm going to do here, I can apply some grease on this gear over here, and also I can apply some grease on the chain itself and move back and lubricate more, move forward, lubricate more, and in this way I will be able to lubricate most of the chain. Okay, lubricate it, move back or forward, move forward, move forward, move forward. This position, lubricate more. And we are good to put back the motor and test it. The motor is back. Let's try to see if there is any change in the operation of the sunroof. Going back. You might want to do this a few times so the whole rail and chain can be lubricated. I can see it's much smoother than before. Okay guys, hope you have enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, liking, subscribing. Have a great day. Enjoy your Mercedes. Bye.